Genesis chapter 14. And it came to pass, in the kingdom of Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasar, and Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of nations, they made war with Bera, king of Sodom, and with Bersha, king of Gomorrah, and with Shinab, king of Admah, and Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and King Bela, this is Zoar. And all these joined in harmony upon the salty ravine, these being the sea of salts. 12 years they slaved to Chedorlaomer, but in the 13th year they revolted. And in the 14th year Chedorlaomer came, and the kings with him, and they cut in pieces the giants of the ones in Ashtaroth Karnaim, and strong nations together with them, and the Emim in Sheva the city, and the Horites in the mountains of Seir, unto the terebinth tree of El Paran, which is in the wilderness. And returning they came upon the spring of judgment, this is Kadesh. And they cut in pieces all the rulers of Amalek, and the Amorites dwelling in Hazazon Tamar. And came forth the king of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, this is Zoar. And they deployed themselves for war in the salty valley against Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasar. The 4 kings against the 5. And the salty valley had wells of tar. And the king of Sodom fled, and the king of Gomorrah, and they fell in there. And the ones being left behind fled into the mountainous area. And they took all the cavalry of Sodom and Gomorrah, and all their foods, and went forth. And they took also Lot, the son of the brother of Abram, and his belongings, and moved, for he was dwelling in Sodom. And a certain person of the ones being rescued, coming, reported to Abram, to the traveler. And he dwelt at the oak in Mamre of the Amorite, of the brother of Eshcol, and the brother of Aner, who were confederates of Abram. And Abram, having heard that Lot, the son of his brother, had been captured, counted out his own native-born servants, 310, and he pursued unto Dan. And he fell upon them at night, he and his menservants, and he struck them and pursued them unto Hobah, which is at the left of Damascus. And he returned all the cavalry of Sodom. And he returned Lot, the son of his brother, and all his possessions, and the women, and the people. And the king of Sodom came forth to meet him, after his returning from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer, and the kings with him, into the valley of Sheva. This was the plain of the king. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth breads and wine, and he was priest of God the highest. And he blessed him, and he said, Abram, a blessing to God in the highest, who created the heaven and the earth. And blessed be God the highest, who delivered up your enemies under your hands to you. And Abram gave to him 1/10 from all. And said the king of Sodom to Abram, Give to me the men, but the cavalry you take to yourself. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I will stretch out my hand to the Lord God the highest, who created the heaven and the earth, that not will I take for myself from the string unto the knob of the shoe from all of yours, that you should not have said that I enriched Abram, except what the young men ate, and the portion of the men going with me, Eshcol, Aner, Mamre, these will take for themselves a portion.